Well, delay seems to be the word of the day on Obamacare. More and more Dems now saying they're open to extending enrollment, including high-profile ones like DNC Chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz. This is a new Fox News poll shows a majority of Americans call Obamacare a step backwards and disastrous. A whopping 60% labeled the implementation of Obamacare a joke. Here's what we heard from some Dems at today's hearing.
We've got to fix it, not what the Republicans have been trying to do, nix it.
Let's the goal here be to fix it, not nix it.
For the Affordable Care Act to work, these problems need to be fixed.
This is unacceptable. It needs to be fixed.
We have to fix it. That's why you keep hearing this refrain on our side of fix it, don't nix it.
We've heard it here this morning, and it's worth repeating. We have to fix it, not nix it.
Joining me now, Bernard Whitman, a Democratic strategist and pollster for President Clinton, and Brad Blakeman, former deputy assistant to President George W. Bush. So, Bernard, are you going to tell me you've got to fix it?
Fix it, don't nix it. Look, I've always said that the Affordable Care Act provides fantastic benefits to tens of millions of Americans, but it's also a law and a program that is open to change, it's open to improvement, it's open to innovation. And I think, frankly, I am signing up for Jeanne Shaheen's call to extend the open enrollment period past March 31st, and here's why. I think that given the problems with the rollout and the problems with the website and the technological glitches, I do think we need more time to educate, inform, and engage the public about this, and we need more than 5 months. And so I would support a 6-month extension, not a full-year delay of the individual mandate, but a 6-month extension so that we can get these problems right, educate the public, get them engaged.
Wow. So, Brad, some real talk today on The Real Story from Bernard. He's going along with this growing list of Democrats who are now, believe it or not, they're talking about delay. I thought delay was a dirty word on Capitol Hill.
Look, there wouldn't have been a government shutdown if Democrats and the White House would have listened to the Republicans. We said, let there be a delay of the implementation for individuals for Obamacare. And what did Democrats say? No. Democrats shut down government by not taking the Republicans' advice and giving the extension that was necessary. The handwriting was on the wall. We knew that this was going to be a disaster, yet the president was intransient, no leadership. He shut the government down, and for what?
Bernard,
we are going to have an extension of Obamacare because
Bernard,
they have no choice.
He's right, isn't he? This is immense hypocrisy, is it not?
No, that's
if
wonderful
more and more
spin.
Democrats decide to delay this, that's exactly why this government shut down.
No, that's wonderful spin. The government shut down because Speaker Boehner refused to pass a continuing resolution outside of all these other attachments about defunding Obamacare. Look, I think that
we
frankly,
said delay.
No,
the last offer.
Please, Brad.
Come on, Bernard.
I mean,
the last offer was to delay it the same as you did for businesses unilaterally. That was the deal.
And you know what? We are now having a real conversation about delaying and I should actually say extending the open enrollment period. That's what we ought to do. And frankly,
but why did you shut down the government?
Okay, guys,
I think that this puts more pressure on the president and the administration because I think that should be extended until the end of September, right before the midterm election. So we're going to have to produce that, or we're going to feel the wrath of the voters.
Okay, I got to move on to this because the president really tried to shift the focus today from the troubled Obamacare rollout to immigration reform. Americans still seem to have concerns. A new poll finding just 5% of those surveyed say the government is very likely to secure the border if it passes comprehensive immigration reform. But the president today not backing down.
Today I'm here with leaders from business, from labor, from faith communities who are united around one goal: finishing the job of fixing a broken immigration system.
Bernard, a lot of D words today. Distraction?
Absolutely not. Honestly, this is a gift to the Republicans because the Republicans definitely need a win here. The economy needs a win. The American people need a win. This bill has bipartisan Senate support. It would provide a path to citizenship with background checks that have to pay taxes, that have to pay penalties, that have to learn English. It would strengthen the border. It would help the economy. It would grow the economy by an additional $1.4 trillion over 20 years. This is a win-win. Why not bring it up for a vote in the House?
Well, but here's the problem. Some of the key Republicans who were behind this, I'm talking about Senator Rubio and Congressman Labrador, the way they feel they were treated by President Obama during the whole budget shutdown, they say no can do. Brad?
No can do, and here's why. The president has to show his good faith in the next round of budget negotiations and the debt before we discuss anything else. Now, we can start the discussions in immigration, but there shouldn't be any votes until the president solves the most immediate crisis, and that's the budget and that's the debt that he created.
Okay.
There is not going to be any immigration reform until those two matters are successfully completed.
Okay, I got to wrap it there. Guys, thanks so much.
Thanks, Gretchen.